Okay everybody, so welcome back. Today I'll be cooking up a Lofi beat inside of Xpand 2 only. So the only instruments that I'm able to use will be coming from Xpand 2. I'm able to use other effects and stuff and other drum sounds, but the whole melody and stuff will be created with purely Xpand 2. Now this shouldn't be too tough, but I will go over every step of the way and try and talk you through my thought process. So without any further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to start by finding a nice main melody sound. I'm thinking like a Rhodes or electric piano, and then I'm going to layer that with like saxes and other jazzy sounds, and we'll go from there. So I'll start by finding a piano sound now. So far I've just recorded a basic little 1-5-4-6 progression in the F sharp harmonic minor scale. I've taken the root notes as well, and I've turned these into 7th chords. Now that's very jazzy, but I think we can make it a bit jazzier by adding some 9ths, maybe 11ths or 13ths, and doing some inversions just to voice lead a bit better, so these chords flow into each other a bit better like this, and then you can sort of see it's like not too much of a change compared to this, that sort of deal. But I'll just play this for you now. Pretty happy with that, but like I said, just gonna add a few more things and see what I can come up with. So I've just added a few quick inversions here, added some 11ths I think, so it's sounding nice. Now I also randomize the volume by coming here and then randomize, or Alt or plus R. Now I'm just going to strum them with Alt plus S. I can strum them maybe this much, or C. That's alright. But I think I'll just go for a short, sort of natural strum for this track. Now I'm just going to add some quick effects, and then I'll move on to the second instrument for this track. Not too much to do there, just an RC20, messed around with some of these knobs and mixers and stuff, and then a free limiter which I'll use to sidechain it later. Now I'm going to open up another Xpand 2 and maybe look through the brass and woodwind section to find something I like. Okay, I found a nice little studio trumpet here. Pretty simple stuff. It's got a nice little tremolo or vibrato if you hold it long enough. You can sort of hear that. I think that's a tremolo. But I've placed this nice little pattern down, and I've been careful to use notes that aren't in the chords that are playing. But I've done that to create some tension, and then it resolves nicely into the next chord. So they're still in the same scale or key, but they're not in the chords that's currently playing. And it sort of throws you off. Like this, you haven't heard that note before, you haven't heard that note before, and then it resolves to a nice note that you already know. And then these two are just in that chord, setting up for a weird, you've heard it, but then it's out of context in this chord, but then that tremolo sort of keeps it going, and then it resolves nicely into this note you've heard before, but it's in a weird sort of context, so I don't know. I'm not too sure about the theory behind it, but I do know this is a jazz sort of technique that is used. Throwing these weird notes that don't fit with the chords but fit all together and resolve nicely together. It's a good sort of technique to think about. However, I'll just play this for you now. Pretty happy with how that's sounding so far. Now, just chuck some quick effects on that, maybe a bit of reverb, RC20 of course, and then I might come up with my last instrument. So I just added a bit of reverb, RC20 and EQ onto that one. Now I'm going to look for another instrument. I'm not too sure, I might go back into the brass and woodwind section, but there might be some organs or strings, something in other sections that I like. We'll see. So I just added this little trumpet thing here. I'll get that preset up for you. Soft tenor saxophone, sorry. A bit of reverb and delay with the inbuilt effects. And it's just like a little pluck. So I got that going. I think that should do for my instruments. I just do need one more sound, that would be the bass. I'll try and find a bass in Xpand. I haven't actually used basses from Xpand too often. I'm going to be quite disappointed if there's only synth basses or something, but should be able to find a nice acoustic bass. I'll have a look. Okay, so I was able to find an acoustic bass I'm happy with. Didn't take too long actually. There is a bass section and there's quite a few acoustic basses. So I was maybe too harsh on Xpand there. But I just copied the root notes that can be found over here. Copied those over, chucked them there, and then took this A and used that as like a step from this to this, because that's a big jump from that C, from the F sharp to that C sharp. Just made a nice little stepping, I don't know, transitionary note. And then these two are pretty simple. But I might add some EQ or something to that. I don't think I'll need it now, but later I will try and fix, mix it in a bit better to the track, because it's a bit weird right now. However, I'll play these all for you and then I'll get started on the drums. So really quickly I actually came up with this little drum pattern. I'll solo that, actually no, I'll play it with the instruments. But this is definitely far from finished, it's barely even mixed. But this is just the sort of groove I'm going for. And I think I'll have some breakdowns where this is like, not every 2 steps, it's like... It's a bit slower, you know. But for now, I'm loving this vibe. And I'll get onto mixing and sort of arranging the drums out a bit better. Okay, so I've mixed it out a bit better. I've got all of these instruments linked to a single mixer track and then have sidechained this kick to that track. Love that effect, very lo-fi sort of sidechaining method. But all of these drums together now. Very happy with how that's sounding so far. One of the last things I'll do, because I'm in the end game now, I'm going to find some ambient sounds like birds or rain or vinyl crackle and just chuck that underneath, I think, and then I might RC20 some of the drums, might actually create a drum bus or something. Just a couple little ambient effects that I'll add to finish off this track, and then I'll arrange it out and be done. Okay, so I've done a bit. It looks like a lot, but it's not too much really. Just some basic arrangement, split the melody by channel and taken some certain sections like this bit, just delayed that section coming in a little bit, and the bass of course, and then just copied that section over pretty much, and then just these two for the outro. So that's simple enough. Then these drums, I've done the same sort of thing, just coming in one by one, well, coming in snare and then all of the others, and then I've cut them out for one beat, a nice little beat pause sort of thing going. That's especially nice with this, you can see there. Then I've got a little tape stop, and I'm automating that to turn on there, so it's almost like another beat pause, but it's the whole thing because it's on the master. Pretty nice stuff going on there. And then of course I just repeat that because I'm lazy. But then for this outro, you can see I've got some automation going on here. This is RC20 on most of the drums except the kick. So I've just created a little drum bus. I'm not sure which one that is. This one? Yeah, so I've got a lot of drums linked there. And then I'm automating a RC20 to make it sound a bit like Lofi-esque, I guess. But it's the drum break 2 preset. I've just turned off the magnetic. I think that's all I've done. And then I've just got some ambience here. So dirt, birds, and rain. Very hard to hear, but still there. So that's about it. Just this little part here for the reverb to tail off. So that's about it. Thanks for watching. This was pretty fun, and I'm very happy with how this turned out. Here is my Xpand only lo-fi beat. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.